Carlos Alcaraz is already in the semifinals of the 2025 Barcelona Open, Conde de Godó, and he's done it leaving great sensations. But also delivering a message that hasn't gone unnoticed. After defeating Alex de Minaur, the Mercian launched a direct statement about his next opponent, Arthur FILS. "I want to believe that tomorrow he'll be well rested. But without rhythm." In this video, we'll explain exactly what Alcaraz meant, how the Frenchman arrives at the match after Tsitsipas' withdrawal, and what we can expect from this explosive clash on the road to the grand final. Carlos Alcaraz was sharp and precise in his victory over the Australian Alex de Minaur. With a score of 7-5, 6-3, the world number 2 showed his best version, especially in a second set where he dominated both physically and mentally. "Today I played a very complete match," he said, satisfied. But attention wasn't only on his match analysis. Alcaraz didn't shy away from talking about his next opponent, the Frenchman Arthur FILS, who advanced to the semifinals in an unusual way. He only played 2 games before Stefanos Tsitsipas retired due to a lower back injury. That gave the Frenchman rest, but also left him without match play. FILS is a great player and has more than enough physicality to withstand anything. If he had played a long match, I believe he'd still be 100% tomorrow. Now he'll be rested, but without rhythm, or that's what I want to believe, Alcaraz said, with a mix of respect and strategy. The comment was no accident. Alcaraz knows that every small detail can make a difference at this stage of the tournament. FILS isn't physically worn down, but he also hasn't been able to test his level in this phase of the event. Alcaraz, meanwhile, arrives with competitive rhythm and a mentality forged in his recent victory in Monte Carlo. And it's precisely that mentality that's making the difference. Tactically, to win points against a player like de Minaur, I have to be patient. Not rush, knowing the points will be long. And fight to hit one more, he explained. A philosophy he will surely apply against FILS as well. Off the center court, Carlos also experienced a very special moment during the day. He attended his brother Jaime Alcaraz's match, who is competing in the under-14 category of the Godó. "I love watching him play. It had been a while since I'd seen him and I was excited," he said with a smile. And he added something key: he loves tennis, and that's the most important thing. That family connection, that desire to remain emotionally and personally engaged with tennis, is part of the balance that keeps Carlos Alcaraz grounded, even as he aims for the top of the rankings. Carlos Alcaraz isn't just winning on the court, he's also proving he knows how to read every detail of the tournament. His comment about Arthur FILS reveals a strategic mindset, a competitor's vision that analyzes all factors before a big match. Rested or not, FILS will face an Alcaraz in full form, with confidence, rhythm, and hunger to lift his 3rd title in Barcelona. Carlos Alcaraz isn't just shining at the 2025 Barcelona Open, he also got a big surprise. From his brother Jaime. The world number 2 spoke with humor and pride about his younger brother's debut in the under-14 tournament, and couldn't help but make a joke that has brought a smile to the entire tennis world. "He hits a lot of drop shots, I don't know who he got that from." In this video, we'll tell you all about Carlitos' reaction, the level Jaime Alcaraz is showing, and how the Alcaraz family continues to conquer Barcelona, point by point. Carlos Alcaraz arrived early at the Real Club de Tenis Barcelona, not to train, but to support his brother. Jaime Alcaraz was making his debut in the under-14 Godó, and as a good older brother, Carlitos wanted to be in the stands. The surprise was complete. Jaime won with a double 6-2 and showed great form. "I love watching him play whenever I can. It had been a while since I saw him, and I was excited," said the 2-time Godó champion. And he didn't just speak as a proud brother, also as a tennis fan. "He loves tennis, and that's what's most important," he added with a smile. But the best part came when he talked about Jaime's playing style. With a laugh, Carlos confessed, "He hits a lot of drop shots, I don't know who he got that from." A clear nod to one of Carlitos' most recognizable trademarks, as he's made the drop shot one of the most feared weapons on the ATP Tour. While enjoying watching his brother, Carlos didn't lose focus on his own path. In his match against Alex de Minaur, he showed his top level. He won 7-5, 6-3 in a very tactical battle against a rival who always demands the most. "Today I played a very complete match. Especially in the second set, I gave my best," Alcaraz said. Once again, he emphasized the importance of mental strength in his tennis. Tactically, you have to be patient against a player like de Minaur. Don't rush, know it'll be a battle, and fight to hit one more. That's what I did today, he analyzed. With that attitude, Carlos continues moving toward what could be his third title in Barcelona, while his younger brother takes his first steps on the same stage that saw him shine. Two brothers, 2 generations. And 1 shared passion. Moreover, Alcaraz doesn't rule out seeing Jamie in action again. He plays tomorrow too. "If I have time, I'll come again," he said, making it clear that despite his tight schedule, he always finds time for family. Carlos Alcaraz not only brings spectacle with the racket, he also gives us heartwarming moments off the court. His bond with his brother Jamie and the way he smiles and jokes about his playing style remind us that tennis is also a story of family, support, and shared passion. Jamie is already making strong strides. Drop shots included. Could we be witnessing the start of a new Alcaraz saga? Carlos Alcaraz continues progressing steadily at the 2025 Barcelona Open, and after a great win over Alex de Minaur, he has left headlines both on and off the court. From his tactical match analysis to a funny nod to his younger brother Jamie's playing style, the Mercian has shown that his focus, self-awareness, and sense of humor are as sharp as his forehand. In this video, we recap Alcaraz's most notable quotes after beating the Australian, his take on the challenge posed by Arthur FILS in the semi-finals, and the touching family moment he shared with his younger brother. After his 7-5, 6-3 win over Alex de Minaur, Carlos Alcaraz didn't hesitate to call it a tactical battle. "I gave my best, especially in the second set, without ups and downs," he said with satisfaction. And it's never easy to face a rival like the Australian, who seems to get to every ball. For Carlos, the key was patience. When you play someone like Alex, you have to go in knowing every point will be a battle. You have to hit one more and not rush if the point goes long. That's what's important. Words that show the mental maturity he's reinforced after his win in Monte Carlo. Now, his next challenge is Frenchman Arthur FILS, whom he already faced a few days ago in Monte Carlo in a 3-set match. But this time, FILS is more rested after Tsitsipas' withdrawal. Alcaraz, however, is not overconfident. He has more than enough physicality to handle anything. He'll be rested but without rhythm. Or so I want to believe, he said with a cheeky smile. Alcaraz also took the opportunity to speak about his physical condition after a heavy match load. "I feel pretty good. I'm managing my effort well on court and taking good care of myself off court. Playing at home also gives me extra motivation that pushes me when fatigue sets in," he explained. But one of the most endearing moments of the day came when he spoke about his younger brother, Jamie Alcaraz, who is competing in the under-14 category of the tournament. Carlos arrived early at the club to watch his quarterfinal match, where Jamie won by a double 6-2. And what he saw left him surprised. "Today I was surprised by the level he has. He hits too many drop shots. I don't know who he takes after," he joked, referencing one of his own favorite shots. Though he admits they don't talk much tennis at home, he does ask his father about Jamie's progress. "My father is the one who follows him more closely." He also emphasized what he sees as most important: he loves tennis. "And for me, that's the key. If you have that passion, the rest comes." Hopefully he keeps going. Carlos Alcaraz is living one of his best moments. He's winning, competing smartly, enjoying his family's support, and sharing in his brother's sporting growth. His candid press conferences, tactical insight, and emotional connection to his surroundings make him not just a great tennis player, but also a human figure who inspires both on and off the court. Now, the challenge is Arthur FILS, and Carlitos is ready for another battle in pursuit of his third Barcelona crown. Carlos Alcaraz held nothing back. In the middle of his press conference after reaching the quarterfinals of the Barcelona Open, the Mercian answered one of the most debated questions on the ATP circuit: is the 1-week or 2-week Masters 1000 format better? In this video, we'll tell you what Carlitos thinks, why he prefers one format over the other, and how his answer reflects the mental demands elite players face at each tournament. The ATP has been gradually transforming the format of some Masters 1000 events to extend them to 2 weeks, aiming to match the rhythm of Grand Slams. This allows rest days between rounds, better planning, and theoretically a richer experience for players and fans. But Carlos Alcaraz sees it differently. When asked which format he prefers, his answer was clear and direct: "I prefer the 1-week Masters 1000. For him, concentrating the tournament into 7 days not only reduces the mental fatigue of being away from home for so long, but also improves the show from the very first day. From the first or second round we already see matches at the highest level," the Mercian explained, pointing out that the compact format keeps the intensity high from the start. Alcaraz also spoke from personal experience. "Although the 2-week format offers more time between matches, it doesn't mean real rest. They say we get rest days, but in the end, you don't rest. You have to train, prepare mentally. When you're at a tournament, you're not mentally resting," he explained. And he added a phrase that perfectly sums up his point of view: it's hard to be 100% for 2 straight weeks. That's why, even though he acknowledges that the 1-week format is more physically demanding, he prefers it because it's easier to handle mentally. For Alcaraz, the balance between intensity and disconnection is key to performing well on tour. And shorter tournaments, though tough, allow for just that. Carlos Alcaraz has made his stance clear: he prefers the 1-week Masters 1000 format. For him, what matters isn't just what happens on court, but also how being in competition mode for so long affects a player's daily routine. His reflection offers a valuable perspective to the current ATP calendar debate, highlighting mental health as much as athletic performance.